Hey, what's up everybody? BDF 44 coming at you with another video. Alright, man. I'm leaving the house exhausted. I don't know why. I did not get enough rest. It wasn't that I didn't sleep enough. It just when I woke up I felt like I hadn't slept enough. It was that kind of morning. But actually I know exactly why. It's because of them squats I've been doing with the heavier weight. It takes a lot out of you and you got to catch up to that. Body has to grow that muscle in and all of that. And right now I'm pushing it. I'm really pushing it. I did 5 sets this morning as I usually do, but I put even more weight in there. I put some jeans in there that weren't in there, so it's like I pushed it. But you know, it was a pretty good night for the most part. Other than that, I remembered that I had forgotten to post some art last night on Sketch-A-Day, so I did that at like 4 in the morning. I usually never make that mistake. But did my homework on the Hawks early in the morning, went back to sleep, woke up at like 9 o'clock, exhausted, still exhausted. I'm like frustrated about it, but that's how it is when you're old, man. Yeah, I had so many little tasks I wanted to do. The Laker video had to be done. I had to shave my head. I had done a bunch of art last night, had to post all of that, and exercise, showering all the morning stuff, breakfast, prepping breakfast. It was just a lot of little tasks. I was just like, you know what, man, I'd much rather not do any of this right now, but all of it is important to me to get done. You know, it's really warm right here. It says it's 72. It feels like it's 80. And then it said it's going to rain around 4 o'clock. I don't even really think there's rain clouds above us, so I'm not really sure what's going on with the weather here today, but I got a sweater on just in case. But it's hot right now, so if it's going to rain, I don't know where that would be coming from, to be honest with you. But yeah, prepared for it either way. Right now I'm just going to go on the walk, try to walk off the fatigue, man. This could have very easily been a day where I stay in the house and sleep in the daytime, but I ain't doing that, man. I got too much that I'm trying to accomplish with my mental health and being out every day to let too many days like that come about just because I'm exhausted. Not to mention that I could use the exercise because I haven't done my hundreds since I was in the last room. It's 3 days off, so that's not how I like to do it. Even though I consider myself making up for it with the heavier squat regimen, it's not the same. And so hopefully I can get back into that routine today, especially since the Lakers don't come on until 7:30. So I got plenty of time to do everything I want to do, even though I'm leaving the house a little later than I probably would on a day like this because of all them little tasks. But I'm still on schedule since they don't play at 5 or 4 o'clock or nothing weird like that. The day I check out of this thing, and I probably already said this on the Laker video, but the day I check out of the room is going to be a day where they have a 12:30 afternoon game against the Cavaliers. So I check out at 12. The game starts at 12:30. Hopefully I can be, if everything goes smoothly, I can get into the NoHo Hotel by 12:30. I mean, it don't take but 5 minutes drive to get there. If I'm checking out on time or a little early, if everything is smooth like it was last week, I should be in the room by that time. You know what I mean? So we'll see how it goes. It's 3 weeks from now. It's a lot can happen between now and then. But all things considered, if the day doesn't go smoothly, I'm gonna have a hard time watching it. But you know, even if they have me waiting outside, and they didn't last time, but even if they have me waiting outside, all I need is my phone. So I'm not watching it on anything else anyway. I could very easily sit on the stairs and watch the game until they check me in. So that shouldn't be an issue. I don't really see one other than me having a snag with checking in. But at the beginning of the game, if it starts on time, I'll probably miss the first half of the first quarter. Other than that, if everything is smooth, I should at least be stationary by 1 o'clock to where I can watch the game one way or another. So shouldn't be no reason I can't do that. But the start of the game, tip-off and all that, I'm probably going to miss. Depending on how fast everything shakes out. So it just is what it is, man. Figured I'd let everybody know that ahead of time, well ahead of time. When I know about it, you guys know about it. So that's what it is. Also, there's gonna be a snag on the 27th because I got therapist at 3, and I think the game starts at 5. So I could be having that same issue with that day as well. I don't know who the hell this man talking to. Probably nobody. But anyway, it's one of them situations where I'll walk past him with a little caution.
Since Vegas in '82, he said Mo got married. Like later yet?
I'm not gonna lie to you guys. That's the dude I was telling y'all about. That's him. I didn't recognize him until I got up on his face. That's him. Remember the dude I told y'all a couple days ago? They walked up to me and was telling me about Zsa Zsa Gabor's husband and just started going off. And he showed me he wasn't well. Yeah, that's him right there. He's having a bad day mentally. He's usually cognizant at least to talk to people, but I told y'all something wrong with that man. That's him right there. That's him. He's very ill. Anyway, yeah. Wasn't gonna stop and say hello today. He was in mid-conversation with literally no one, so figured I'd just keep walking. But yeah, that's how that goes, man. Mental health is something serious. But as far as everything is concerned, man, I'm just trying to get some energy. I'm hoping to find energy by exercising. This is what I come to find works for me over the last 6 months since I've been over here in North Hollywood. Laying down doesn't help. Sleeping doesn't help. It may make you feel better, but then you wake up more likely to want to lay down next time, more likely to be less energetic next time. You got to fight against the lack of energy by bringing forth something that's going to force you to use your energy in an exercising type of way. So that's what I'm now aware of. It works, especially as I get older. So I'm engaging in that right now. And some good news with the food I've been eating. I haven't had any issues with the latest chicken that I've been eating. I tried some black pepper chicken something. That's been great over the last 2 days as far as eating it and digesting it. So hopefully that can be the start of good things. I think the change for me in my diet, to be honest with you, is a bunch of berries. Blueberries and blackberries being incorporated into both of my meals. I think the seeds are helping with everything that I've been having issues with. Because ever since I started eating this many of them, they've been having some of those issues I've been complaining about. So I wonder if how much of that has to do with it. Because I wasn't putting berries into nothing I was eating until about maybe 6-7 days ago. And ever since, I ain't had no issues. No issues. Since I got rid of that cream of wheat and went back to the regular oatmeal, I haven't had no issues at all. So maybe that's what it was. Maybe I just needed to add berries to my diet, man. I don't know. And the stretching has helped as well. So putting extra stretches into my regimen makes all the difference with everything, really. So yeah, man, just trying to live. When you're allergic to a lot and getting older, it doesn't help. But you know, I'm finding what works for me. Hopefully you can continue to. And that's pretty much that. But yeah, man, that's really all I really wanted to say about my therapy session right now. It wasn't a whole lot going on. I think where I left off was telling you guys that on the 27th, the Lakers game is going to be a little early for the schedule that I have going on. So I may end up having issues with that game depending on how quickly I can get home and showered and all of that. So that's where I left off before I saw Homeboy back there. I don't know if I finished that thought or not, but yeah, man, that's pretty much it. I ain't got a whole lot to say. The Zionists attacked Rafah Hospital again last night. In the continued genocide against those people of Palestine. They attacked the same hospital they killed off a bunch of people about 2 months ago. And they ramped up the hate on them because they're in Ramadan. That's really what it is. And since they know it's Ramadan for Muslims, they figured they'd put a little more terror on their heads just to be hateful. That's what they're about. That's what they do. They are haters. They haters. That's what they are. They're not just annihilators and all of that. They have a certain level of intent upon bringing forth pettiness within their devilish behavior. That's what Zionists are about. That's ultimately what it is, you know. They're petty, low frequency entities, you know. They showed us that many times over in this process and a couple times before that too. Where they would just demand apologies and stuff like that. You must apologize, that type of thing. They're so small, if I'm being completely honest. It's a very small group of people. however big their group is, of their what they are about, it's really a whole lot of smallness attached to that. And so it's not a whole lot of respect to pay to them, you know. All the money in the world, all the power in the world, and still they must attack the poor. They still must have apologies attached to everything that they feel has offended them, even though they apologize to no one for the offenses that they put upon each other, upon the earth rather. So it's small, man. They're small. They gotta attack people in Ramadan because they can't stand the fact that they have so much faith. And why do they believe in God so much? Why do they worship so strongly? Let's try to attack them harder those days. Just small, man. You know what I mean? Honestly, they're just very small. And I have zero respect for them at all. That's why I talk about them every day against what it is they're trying to do. And not only because it's evil in what they're doing, but because they're small. They don't inspire fear. They don't. Even with the terror that they have placed upon the heads of the people that they're murdering and they're trying to terrorize, they don't inspire fear in someone like myself. Just an intent on using my voice to go against the evil that they do. That's it. And to uproot that for which they hide behind, which is that curtain they've been hiding behind all these years. So that's really what it is. The people behind the curtain, we know who they are. We didn't know who they are when we first started talking about them, but we had a hint. Now we have a very good understanding of who they are. So we can put two and two together when they do certain things over here and do certain things over there. We know it's you. We know you're the ones who made people apologize for this, then that, and the third. We know it's you who compromise certain things that we watch and we're like, why the hell are they allowing for this but not allowing for that? Because it's the Zionists and that's how they behave in other areas of life. You can see where their influences is over here as opposed to their influence over there. It's the same damn people. Same people. So it's like, oh, that makes sense. Like I tell you guys, the devil's not a creative, so he's going to always apply the same thing somewhere else. Because he's not really coming up with nothing new. He's just going to use the same old thing that worked in the past. And so they're the devil in human form, as they're proving in so many different ways. And if you look close enough, you'll find them everywhere, just like you know, reflection of who they serve. You know, so that's really what it is, man. They're a reflection of who they serve. And we are uprooting them left and right. We're starting to understand who they are, what they hide behind, who they pretend to be, who they hate, who they want to make everybody think they are versus who they're not, and all these different things, man. We know who they are. And so that's really what it is. At time for them to have to stand and on what it is that they do is coming. They don't just get a chance to just hide, and nobody's going to be apologizing to them anymore unless they just completely compromise themselves. But nobody on the right side of anything is going to be looking to respect them like we did before they started this process. Because at the end of the day, we know exactly what they're about, and it ain't nothing good at all. Not even for themselves, as they allow themselves to be seen as such horrible, low, small entities of terror. So that's really what it is, man. That's exactly what I got to say about them. That's that. That's really that. I move as I choose through the spirit of the Holy Spirit who inspires me. And I wake up every morning because he says so, not because they say so, not because they move certain things in the direction or whatever. None of that is real. They control what they control until he decides they don't anymore. And I think he's tired of them. I really do. So that's what I'm telling all of you, man. Keep fighting against what they're doing in Palestine. It's the hub of all the evil that they engage in. They do a lot of stuff everywhere, but that for which they do there shows you who they are elsewhere, if that makes any sense. So just keep your eyes open. That's pretty much what I gotta say, man. There's nothing else. BDF 44. Thank y'all for watching. I'm out.